If it wasn't 100 years old, it wasn't valuable.
This is an antique store. We don't carry that junk.
Do you know the name Stickley? If they do know it, they'll say furniture, but there's so much more to it.
There was a mystical, if you will, quality about Gustav Stickley furniture.
I mean, he really was showing people that you can transform the quality of your life from the inside of the home out by how you choose to live. This is how I do it.
When you walk into the living room, which is the first space that people get to see and get immersed into Stickley's world, you usually hear a sigh out of people.
In the magazine, Stickley created a gospel for the American arts and crafts movement.
And it rejected traditional values. It was concerned about ecology, children's rights in the workplace, women's rights in the workplace. We take for granted these things. They weren't part of the established workday before the arts and crafts movement kicked in.
Like a lot of people who start working in New York City, he discovered New Jersey.
His vision for Craftsman Farms was that this would be a living laboratory for him to experiment with the back-to-nature lifestyle that the arts and crafts movement was in favor of.
He had this vision and he was able to realize it.
This movement didn't die in the 20s. The principles, they've endured.
When Gustav Stickley died in 1942, he was really long forgotten. There was really no obituary in the New York Times.
All of a sudden, we're elevating this to art. It's happening in Princeton. It's a fine academic institution. Therefore, they must know something.
Prices began to rise. Christie's in New York and then Sotheby's in New York really became major players in the market.
380,000. You know, we can't collect this anymore.
And I didn't know anything about this dresser, except that it didn't work very well. It was one of the worst pieces of furniture I ever had for functionality. One day I came home and was told that it was now in the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
His life had become greater than merely producing furniture.
If all of us were able to realize this much of our dream, this much, that's amazing to me. I'll take it.